When I was in the wild, on average, I usually see 1 or 2 animals a day. But if you want to see even more animals in about an hour, you travel to captivity, the zoos and the aquariums. Only 1% of all the animal species are in these zoos and aquariums, but they're some of the most magnificent on Earth. And we find animals that were impossible to find in the wild. Instead of iPad and camera, I could see big old beings than ever before. But some animals in the
I
zoo
see them.
were almost on the brink of extinction. Without them, they would be extinct right now. And maybe some animals will get released to the wild and grow in their numbers. Finally, we'll explore the next generation and see how these young, magnificent animals will take their place as their parents did. Join me in Zoo Planet. For most animals in the zoo, some are rescued and born and have to stay in the zoo for the rest of their lives. But not all of them. In Oregon Zoo, a perfect place of protecting the largest bird in North America, the California condor. For most animals, they are rescued or born, but the California condor is a rarely different story, and rescued in a more different way. In the 1980s, there were only a handful of condors left in the wild, until their journey of the zoo began, when biologists captured every last one of them and breed them in captivity. After protection, 500 condors are soaring in the wild. In Oregon Zoo, more than 70 were released since 2003. Each condor is tagged in their 9-foot wingspan and carefully monitored. Without the help of biologists and the zoo protecting, the condors would be extinct right now. It's a reminder that we still need to protect the animals, including in the zoo. To start, in Oregon Zoo, my favorite zoo, we have to travel for the Great Northwest Trail. All the animals in the Great Northwest Trail are found in North America. And there is one animal that's the most common of all. The American black bear. In the wild, there's about 800,000 of them, even though they're less to be seen than the other animals with lesser numbers. There are 4 black bears in the zoo, and 2 of them are young cubs. Rescued, 2 young to survive on their own have been brought to the zoo. Unlike the bears in the wild, these bears in the zoos do not hibernate. but can still take a short nap or relax. And bears don't have to probably fatten up. They can take their time to eat. But across Oregon Zoo, it's not just the Great Northwest. To see more than North American animals, you have to travel the entire exhibit and find more. In elephant lands in Oregon Zoo, home to the gigantic Asian elephant. About 10 feet and weighing about several tons. They're the largest land animal on Earth. Bulls are even bigger. The zookeepers also cut their gigantic tusks so they won't see them as a threat. In the more stinky elephant house, which smells like elephant poop, elephants come with their huge trunks to grab the highest food. Elephants can eat 200 pounds of vegetation every day. And an elephant in the zoo gets well fed and removes what comes out of the other end. Once, Asian elephants were on the brink of extinction, but after protective, they're still threatened by poachers. Only several hundred Asian elephants exist in captivity. But in Oregon Zoo, this female is guarding a precious elephant. A 2-month-old calf, a girl, a baby Asian elephant may seem precious. We also travel to African lands. In the Predator exhibit, home to the fastest land mammal, a cheetah. The fastest land animal on Earth. In the wild, you could see a cheetah running 80 miles per hour catching a gazelle. With no prey to catch, the cheetah is much slower. Instead, it walks. The only time it gets its food is when humans feed it, like all the animals in Oregon Zoo. Only a few hundred cheetahs exist in captivity. This cheetah is now relaxing after a full day. Unlike leopards, cheetahs have this black stripe on their face, and leopards or jaguars that look like it don't, and that way you can tell the difference. It's not just Oregon Zoo that can form captivity. Sometimes farms can count. But one animal in a farm, like no other. "6 feet tall, it weighed about 120 pounds, and with feet that look matched to the extinct dinosaurs. This is the second largest bird on the planet. The emu. It's unusual to find an Australian bird in an American farm, but about several hundred emus are found in American farms, mostly in Texas, but quite unusual in Salem, Oregon. There's plenty of grass and food to feed such a gigantic bird. Emus in captivity, zoos, and farms do not quite get dangerous when visitors come too close, but those in the wild can chase a man running at about 31 miles per hour. They're mostly found native to the Australian grasslands. And here, it's just crazy. Some captivity can also be animals from under the water. They're called aquariums. And like the ocean, these tanks are filled with plankton to feed such groups of fish. And tentacle beings like sea nettle jellies. In the deep sea exhibit, home to shoals of mackerel and anchovies. And gigantic fish. Broad-nosed seven-gilled sharks. 8 feet long and have only 7 gills. These sharks have more gills than any other fish. They join a tank with 3 other different species of shark. And the 7-gilled shark is the largest shark in the exhibit. And the anchovies and mackerel it swims with, it may also eat them. Wildlife, even in the captivity, can change their behaviors or keep theirs for those in their wild cousins. In the wild, these fish can be usually found in the deep ocean or kelp forests. Now, it's like a friendly monster looking at thousands of visitors. Sharks are usually fierce creatures in the wild. They are some playful creatures in the aquarium than feared gilled fish. These are sea lions. And with a good sprint, they're the fastest of all sea lions and seals. Their color looks shiny by the sun hitting them in the water. They swim around the aquarium having fun. Just like their fun wild cousins, they have fun. And they with no predators to fear them, like the great white shark. Once, California sea lions were on the brink of extinction, and now, with care, thousands of them are found in the wild, and about several hundred in captivity. Some creatures are creepy for their 8 arms, no tentacles. This is the world's largest octopus. The largest could be about 30 feet. The giant Pacific octopus. Like its wild cousins, these octopuses have a lifespan for about 5 years. That's the longest lifespan of an octopus. A famous hunter in the wild and now a famous entertainer for people by showing off its 8 tentacles. Other aquariums are much beautiful, including my favorite continent where it's in. This is Sydney in Australia, my favorite continent. Home to about 5 million people. And the most animals are found in Sydney's waters. Clownfish. Most animals in the aquarium are found in coral reefs, like the most vicious hunter, moray eel. It's like a snake, but it's a fish. Clownfish uses mucus around them to protect them from the anemone's sticky tentacles. A true story of the Finding Nemo and a famed character. Blue-striped cleaner wrasse swim around these tanks. They put cleaner wrasse in almost every tank to clean parasites off fish. Crabs, with their tough shells and tough claws. And the most weird but deadly fish, the archer fish. And the monstrous ragged tooth shark. This is my favorite animal in Sydney Aquarium. Why? Because it's cool, beautiful, and gigantic. The eagle ray. Another soaring ray in the open. Around like a few dozen are found in the aquarium. These waters are murky, but to find, eagle rays in more clearer waters, you have to travel the upper end of the aquarium. Cleaner water so you can see them better, with their 3-meter long wingspan. And white eagle rays seem rare. Most of them are found in the captivity. They are even cooler stews in Australia that I'm interested in. This is Symbio Wildlife Park. A good place to see Australia's icons. Like cockatoos. And the emu, the 6-foot flightless bird, and wallabies. There is another animal that's the famous of them all. The eastern grey kangaroo, the largest land mammal in Australia. Around 50 are found in Symbio Wildlife Park. They attract thousands of visitors and feed them and touch them. Since this is the captivity world, kangaroos have slightly changed their behavior. Usually in the wild, kangaroos are some dangerous creatures, but these kangaroos in Symbio are friendly. Even their smaller neighbors, the wallaby. Like elephants, they're grazers. In the wild, they can usually take miles for a trip to find grass, but Symbio, whenever they can walk, they just like to get a one jump at it. And jumping is a kangaroo's spectacular object. Watch out, wallaby. A kangaroo can jump about 6 feet. That's the size of a man. All life in captivity changes their behaviors, rescued, born here, or here to stop them from being extinct. Join me as I take you to see more episodes of Zoo Planet.